Hello, I thought we could look today at the Martha Stewart Living March 2022 edition. And here's Martha herself on the cover, Green Goddess. Step into spring with Martha. And we will read about pretty and practical home ideas, organized drawers at last, and spectacular salads. And it says, grow your own. Martha picks fresh kale, lettuces, and herbs to use in soups, salads, and juices, plus ooey gooey cheese party. That sounds good. First thing is an ad for, I don't know, Living by Design Show House. It's an interactive experience that unveils what's new and next in home design. Let's look at Martha's March calendar. Early morning walk with dogs on the 1st. Start annual flower seeds for cutting garden. Spring clean equipment barn. Cut pussy willows for arrangements. What's that? Celebrate Jude and Truman's birthdays or grandchildren. So Truman's birthday's that day. And then the 7th, make yogurt marinated chicken and chickpeas, and that recipes in this magazine. And then the other child's birthday, and repot orchids after blooming is on the 9th. Start vegetable seeds, clean crystal and glass pieces. And here on the 12th, which is a Saturday, she's going to prepare her corned beef for the St. Patrick's Day dinner, which is, this many days later. Daylight saving time begins on the 13th, and she's taking a morning hike with the grandchildren. Next day, soak peas overnight for planting. Then the next day, plant the peas. Bake Irish soda bread for her friend. And on St. Patrick's Day, she apparently hosts a dinner with friends. Next day, schedule pets Lyme disease and heartworm booster shots. Horseback ride the next day. First day of spring, make cheesy butterbean shakshuka. And what I've learned that is a dish that is from North Africa and the Middle East, and it has eggs in it. Next have cars cleaned, waxed, and serviced. Next is harvest greens and cook great greenhouse vegetable soup. Next, she's going to hatch chicks in an incubator. Remove storm windows, wash sashes, and replace screens. Next, plant sweet peas. Next, dinner with her family, nature walk with her family, hand wash and store winter sweaters. This is getting towards the end of the month. Make batches of homemade dog food. Take photos of early spring bulbs for the blog, and remove burlap from the boxwoods. And here's a beautiful arrangement of oxalis, which they look like shamrocks. It says there that they make great ground cover. Look at this product. It's polywood, and it is all-weather furniture designed to last a lifetime, and it's made using landfill-bound and ocean-bound plastic. 20-year warranty. Betcha it's expensive, but if it lasts a long time. And these are some ads from WWF, Love It or Lose It, about protecting our oceans. Here's some of the beautiful salads that we'll get to see. A table of contents. There's more table of contents. A Zyrtec ad. Letter from the editor. And all the different things, and all of these things are in the magazine. I've already looked at it. Look at that bee. Another WWF ad. Let's see. Ring in Spring. Oh, isn't that beautiful? National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington, D.C. on March 20th. And it says here that 3,020 trees were given to the U.S. by Japan in 1912. Isn't that great? And here are some other events that are taking place in California, Utah, and Maryland. On our bookshelf, let's see, The Forgotten Skills of Cooking, and a Margaret Atwood book, Burning Questions. This one is called Lotus Land, and this one is called Black Cake. It is Women's History Month. Here are some things in opera, musical theater, dance, and film. Always add. We've seen that lady in other magazines in her cute outfit. Ooh, red alert. 4 perfect shades got you covered. In style. Shop in style. It's a bad word. I'll let you read it if you can. If you're a grown-up. Ooh, look at Martha's beautiful greenhouse. It's massive from the looks of it. From Martha, green space. The weather outside may still be wintry, but inside Martha's greenhouse, spring has truly sprung. On these pages, she shares how she grows vibrant produce year-round and a few simple ways she puts her bounty to flavorful use. Isn't that gorgeous? Just gorgeous. Here she is with her basket of goodies. And it says, Martha gathers produce daily for juices and other meals. To keep the soil healthy, she rotates where she plants greens, herbs, peppers, and the root vegetables every year. And it says a potted grapefruit tree thrives in the back. I'm assuming that's that. It's huge. It's huge. What's this? Martha's greenhouse vegetable soup, kale salad with fried capers and golden raisins. Oh, doesn't that look good? The recipes are in here. All these different greens. Let's read what they are. Number 1, cutting celery. Easy to grow, this versatile vegetable has thin stalks and a strong flavor. This is Tuscan kale. Delicious raw or cooked. Number 3 is over here. Red salad bowl lettuce. Snipping individual leaves from this speedy grower encourages more growth. This is Siberian kale, highly productive, frost-tolerant variety with very tender, curly leaves. Red Cross lettuce, a variety of butterhead. It flaunts large, reddish leaves. This is curly leaf parsley. Takes 2 or 3 months to mature from seed. I grew that last year. Royal oak leaf lettuce. Many lettuces can turn bitter growing in the heat, and that's true, but apparently this variety doesn't. And then flat leaf parsley. Maybe I'll try to grow that. Used to brighten pastas and soups, it has a bolder flavor than its curly cousin. It's different looking too, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? After daylight saving time ends, grow lamps provide supplemental light. And then she has to keep fans going too. And then this is beautiful radicchio. I think that's how you say it. Ad for pistachios, the original plant protein. What this is, we're behind your favorite social media posts. Embello. It's an influencer. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Good things. Green party. Complement cabbages with flowers in harmonizing hues, like the hellebores, ranunculus, and carnations here. Isn't that beautiful? It's all in hues of green, and it's ornamental cabbage. It says it may not be a centerpiece staple yet, but consider inviting a few heads to the table. And it's very lush, isn't it? It's beautiful. What's this? Morning Glorious. Sitting down to a hearty breakfast doesn't mean waking up at the crack of dawn on St. Patty's Day or any day And these are egg cups. 5 ingredients and 20 minutes of bake time. Use press slices of potato bread into greased muffin tins and create these little baskets. You can fill them with sautéed shallots, baby spinach, chopped corned beef, or other mix-ins. And she gives the examples of cherry tomatoes, cooked cabbage, and shredded cheddar. You crack the eggs on top, and you bake until the whites wobble. And you dish them out. Oh, that looks really good. I've never made that. It's an ad for Eggland's Best. That food looks good too, doesn't it? This is a story about a before and after. This gentleman that works for the magazine was gifted this well, it looks like a table. He didn't like the dark wood though, so they redid it. Now it looks like that. And he sanded, primed, painted, and then waxed. These are pretty, isn't it? 2 more colors that complement potted greenery from left. Benjamin Moore, isn't that great? Kendall charcoal, and Valspar signature satin interior in green peppercorn. And it looks beautiful how it turned out. It's an ad for Theratears. I dropped my eye drops for these Theratears. Here's something for St. Patrick's Day. The first, I'll bring it up so you can see. I had to look close at it. It's little, these little charms to put on a napkin ring. The napkins are from Target. The little frogs are from factorydirectcraft.com. The tiny wooden ladybugs and mini foam mushrooms are from Amazon. And then, yeah, aren't those cute for spring? You have to make that. And then these are made of marzipan, and the recipe is in here. It's little leprechaun hats. So what are they made out of? They are made out of a mini cupcake. You put a mini chocolate cupcake onto a chocolate wafer cookie with a dab of icing. Then you're going to put some really, really green food coloring and marzipan, roll it out, and use a cookie cutter to put the green on. And then see, these are just the little jimmies. And these bands are marzipan. There's an ad reminding us about Tylenol. If you've got high blood pressure, be careful with Tylenol. And then we have pain management, little play on words. If your hunt for a window treatment to fit a tricky space has you ready to throw in the towel, try sewing several together instead. That's how we created this chic and simple cafe curtain. Cut an assortment of same-size dishcloths, and these are semi-sheer linen, up to the middle, and then hem the raw edges. Mix and match the panels, so it would be a truly unique creation. It's pretty cool, though. What do we got here? An ad for Silhouette by Depend. Sleep Number Bed. They're claiming to get almost 100 hours or more of proven quality sleep per year. That may be so. Look at Martha's beautiful drawers here. This is office stuff. Top drawers, and it's an open and shut case. When you make these sliding storage spots work harder, your office, kitchen, and bathroom go from frustrating to fantastically functional. Never rummage for a battery or Band-Aid again. So she's got, and this is a good idea, put everything separately in a little container, and then I guess if you can, label it. At least everything's not in a big clump. It's where the rummaging comes, huh? This is cool. This is a first aid kit, keeping everything separately. This is little milk glass items here. That wouldn't stay looking like that for long in my house. They have an ad for Clorox grocery bags. This is a good idea, I thought. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but, you know, they used cutlery dividers like you would use for either silverware or utensils, and used it for makeup and brushes and whatnot to keep them organized. These are from Williams-Sonoma, and they're made of marble. So that would be a really classy upgrade. And this is an idea that I already do, with all these little pretty little antique dishes that you can find, and they're really not expensive. They don't have many practical uses anymore, but this is one to put jewelry in. So you're not rummaging through a pile. Isn't that pretty? And the other tip that they have is either line a drawer with felt. You may already have one. And then put these in there and put a little bit of, they're saying museum putty, so they don't slide around, but you could just use that blue tacky stuff that you can buy everywhere. There's an ad for Chem Dry with a little sweetheart chased by another little sweetheart. Oh, and there's a new dog chow, and that's with lamb. Okay, let's look at this nesting bowl thing. I thought this was so cool. There is a peg system, see, that you can purchase, and it is Rev-A-Shelf drawer peg system. And you arrange these in your drawer so things don't slide around and they stay in place. Make things more organized. I would think that somebody might be able to come up with something, a DIY on this. This is $100, these pegs. I don't even know what would come with it, but it's a good idea. And this, it says junk no more. And this is the Toko, T-O-K-O modular system. It's pretty inexpensive too. And it is made to measure bamboo and steel inserts. So let's take a look at this. I mean, you could put anything in here, and you can configure it with what you need. They have all kinds of stuff in this drawer. Batteries. That's a cool idea for the batteries. That's a main component of my junk drawer. There goes a truck. It's very noisy at my house today. I don't know why. And here are raised gardens. It says, since the Middle Ages, when monks filled them with medicinal plants, raised beds have been a smart, simple way to sow and grow things practically anywhere. They're invaluable to vegetable gardens, but great for cultivating fragrant blooms or succulents too. And I read this down here. Plants with similar water requirements are all grouped together in this garden. And this is made by a designer. It's inspiring. How to make a raised bed. Size it according to what you want to do in your yard and where the sun is, and where you even want to be in your yard. Frame it, line it, and fill it. What do they mean line it? If you live in a place where the soil is contaminated, you might want to line it. Here are some pre-made containers. Johnny's Selected Seeds at johnnyseeds.com. The Gardener's Supply Company. I've ordered things from them, and that's just gardeners.com. And what's this? Grow Products from Williams-Sonoma. Isn't that beautiful? Here's some American-made beautiful bags. The lady's name is Agnes Badu out of L.A. And she's making these beautiful leather carry-alls made to last. made to last decades from the sound of it. Fasenra for asthma. And this is on Sharpen Your Focus. They give some tips. Reboot your recall. If everyday forgetfulness has got a hold on you, it's time to flex your brain and learn memory retention. Learn a new skill, and it can be something physical. Learning builds new connections in our brains. That is very true. I don't know about this. Another way is to switch off the GPS when driving. Special navigation harnesses your spatial navigation harnesses your hippocampus, the part of the brain in charge of laying down memories, which we don't use like we did pre-Waze. I don't know, maybe that means pre-computers. Anyway, the gist of it's learn something new. Triumph over to-dos, and this is about overcommitment. And it's basically saying to scratch out half off of your to-do list. The 4Ds method. Delete things that aren't worth the time invested. Delay something for when you can get the attention that it deserves. That's important. Diminish an item by figuring out a more efficient way to get it done. And delegate. That might be the most important one. Don't take on so much, or try to get somebody else to do it if you can, if it's a shared responsibility anyway. Own your own box. An interesting feature of the brain is that it doesn't really multitask. Really. That's interesting. And it's basically saying to curtail interruptions and ignore things like emails and only check them at set intervals. And there's a book, Andrew Mellon, author of Unstuff Your Life. He suggests setting up filters by keyword or sender. This is about emails. So emails from your boss go into one folder, and sale alerts from Nordstrom land in another. Yes. It's just about prioritizing. Outsmart your phone. Smartphones are hands down the biggest distraction. We all know that, right? So we need to safeguard our mental space. And he's suggesting that you download an app to do that. And I wonder if that would work. Set your phone on a timer for 1 or 2 minutes and text or TikTok it up. Then it'll flick the apps closed. Or flip them closed, set your alarm for 15 minutes, and place your silenced phone upside down next to you. Well, it's about self-control. That's about everything, right? And enjoy actual FaceTime. It's saying to spend time with people face to face, put the phone down, ensure complete. $5 instant coupon. Oh, here's pretty things that this lady can't live without. Serena Dugan. She is a textile designer. What do we got here? This beautiful shirt. Frank and Eileen Berry featherweight button-up in shirtling blue. Ray-Ban Wayfarer classic sunglasses. See, here are some of her fabrics. Pretty. What's this? Bells of Ireland. Oh, isn't that pretty? It's a favorite along with peonies. This plant is the most hopeful shade of spring green. I've never seen that. Hendrix Gin. What's number 6? Dior Addict Lip Glow in Berry. Mother the Hustler ankle frayed jeans in Au Revoir. Wow, they're $238. 8. Where are you, number 8? 8. Oh, Lust for Life. It's a book. It's a biography about Vincent van Gogh. And then the bag, this beautiful big bag. Ushashmama Gilia bag in Petrolio. I probably fumbled that. It's nice, it's huge. And next we have number 10, this. Vintner's Daughter Active Botanical Serum. I've never heard of that. Vintner's Daughter. Neutrogena, a Norwegian formula hand cream. And then we have Grey Poupon mustard. We have a shearling clog. Number 6 5-inch pull-on shearling clog boots in brown aviator. That's number 6. That's the name of the company. And number 14, this brush, a blow dry brush by Dry Bar Double Shot. Emma's Rose Oil Roll On. OPI Nail Lacquer in Bubble Bath. Oh, isn't that pretty? Reed and Barton. How do you say this? Diadems, sterling flatware. And then the blender, the Vitamix A 2500. Those are things she can't live without. Oh, aren't these pretty? Sheer genius. You don't need a face full of makeup to look your best. These featherweight balms and gels work like watercolors, melting into skin and enhancing your features with fresh shades and nourishing ingredients. What do we got here? Healthy Cheeks by Cheek Heat. Isn't that pretty? This is Glossier Cloud Paint, Merit Beauty, Flush Balm, and this is by Maybelline. Beautiful bronzes. This is Chantecaille Radiance Gel Bronzer and Burt's Bees All Aglow Bronzer and Highlighter Stick. And then these lipsticks. NARS Afterglow Lip Balm in Torrid. Dior Rouge Satin Lip Balm in Classic. And here's one by L'Oreal. Paris Glow Paradise Balm in Lipstick. And that color is Beige Eden. Super Savers. Yes, your skin deserves the raw treatment, but that doesn't mean you have to spend a king's ransom on your routine. So these are all from the drugstore. And what do we have here? We have Avene Body Scrub, Dove Body Wash, CeraVe Face Cleanser, that's a moisturizing cleanser, and Bliss Bright Idea Vitamin C plus Tripeptide Collagen Protecting and Brightening Serum. That's $22. Very reasonable. Rock Retinol Correction Line Smoothing Night Serum Capsules. And then Aveeno Positively Radiant Daily Sunscreen Night Cream is La Roche-Posay. Ultra Night Soothing Repair Moisturizer, and then an Olay product, Regenerist Vitamin C plus Peptide, 24 Brightening Eye Cream. We've seen this ad before for something too. The Central Park Women's Run. When is it? April 10th. Oh, here's a good one. Ask Martha. How can I keep my kitchen sponges clean and pleasant smelling? Sponges are more sustainable than paper towels, but moist ones are breeding grounds for germs. To keep them at bay, use all natural sea sponges which have inherent bacterial properties, and disinfect them at least every few days. How, though? Soak them for 5 minutes in a solution of 1 quart water and 3 tablespoons of chlorine bleach. Rinse them and let them air dry. And the ACI, which is the American Cleaning Institute, does not recommend that you put them in the microwave because they can, number one, catch fire, and it's just not a good idea. Between washes, rinse them out well. Just don't leave them wet, sitting around wet, which is true of anything. It's not good. What is this? Let it snow. A smartly designed shovel will save you from needing to ice your back after clearing your front path and driveway. And that's true. If you ever find a good snow shovel, if you live somewhere where you have to shovel snow, everybody's different in the type of shovel that they want. So try to search for one that doesn't hurt your back. What's this? Enhance. It is a free, you can get a free estimate on a kitchen design. There are so many kinds of sugar at the supermarket. What are the differences? And they have granulated, what most people would think of as regular sugar. This is a refined type, white type, your neighbor would ask to borrow a cup of. In addition to sweetening tea and coffee, it's the go-to for most baking projects. Next is superfine, aka castor. This variety is also refined and white, but it's made up of smaller crystals that dissolve quickly, even in icy beverages, making it perfect for stirring into cocktails and whipping into meringues. Confectioners, aka powdered, granulated sugar that's been ground to a talc-like consistency. And to avoid clumping, many store-bought versions add cornstarch. Brown is actually refined sugar with molasses added back to it, and it adds richness and depth to baked sweets. It comes in light and dark. Raw sugar is a broad range of less refined sugars that retain more molasses than granulated. And sanding is a finishing sugar, and it has large crystals that don't melt in high heat, and they come in a rainbow of colors. I better read this one. My cat's gained weight. What's the best way to get him some exercise? I would assume it would be play with him. And no, a hardcore diet isn't the best solution. Losing weight too quickly can put the cat at risk for liver disease. Instead, place interactive feeders over his bowl during mealtime. They sell them at Chewy. And provide plenty of vertical climbing options and rotate out toys so he doesn't get bored. Finally, spend 5 to 10 minutes playing with him several times a day rather than one marathon session. That makes sense. Look at this dog. This is Advertising Science Diet. Here's the family hike. Discover the forest.org ad. Spring chickens, look at that. Doesn't that look good? Light and bright chicken pot pie with phyllo clusters. It looks like a lot of work. Oh. I think it looks delicious. Light and bright chicken pot pie. Reynolds wrap. Pitmaster. Oh, these are about avocados. Let's see. Look at it. So there's the Haas. This is ubiquitous to the U.S. Its pebbly skin blackens as it ripens. And this is Gwen, a close cousin of Haas, with a small seed and a nutty flavor. I've probably never tried any of these but that. Pinkerton, cultivated in the 1970s, it ripens slowly and is extra creamy. Oh, that sounds good. Ettinger, a shiny skin variety grown in Israel. It has pale, mild tasting flesh. And I don't know if it's choquette or coquette. It's 5 or 6 times larger than Haas. Can you imagine? And it looks a lot different too, huh? So it's great for slicing and dicing. What do we have up here? Avocado beet and poke bowl. Avocado and beet poke bowl. How to choose an avocado. Give one a gentle squeeze. If it yields slightly, it's ripe and ready to eat. If it's mushy, it's overripe. But the flesh is still green, so you can use it in baked goods or a smoothie. If you buy a firm one, keep in mind it will take several days to ripen. And these are double chocolate muffins made with a ripe avocado. And then they have an almond avocado smoothie recipe too. You can make all kinds of things with them, and they're so nutritious. What do we have? Going all in. If you love ice cream with lots of mix-ins or an over-the-top musical number, then these chocolate chip cookies, chock full of extras, may be your new favorite treat. Cereal flakes and pretzels supply the salty crunch, and toffee bits, which are sold in the baking aisle. Look at the big piece of pretzel. Hit a sweet caramel note. Sprinkle a few more goodies on top before baking, and they'll bring down the house. And these are called that. Exactly. Everything cookies. It sounds like they've got everything in them. And they sound delicious. They have a bunch of stuff here that you can buy. All kinds of things. CBD oil, blender, laser hair removal in a tube, iron pills, and oh, that's a nice bra. Olive oil. Let's look at these dishes. Doesn't that look good? This says it's a speedy recipe. To make this speedy recipe, nestle salmon fillets into the pan once the vegetables have softened. A blast of high heat crisps the skin but won't overcook the fish. This is a one-pan meal. Soy glazed salmon cooks in 5 minutes flat. And then they have the chicken thigh, a chicken thigh recipe here. And they get a kick from a yogurt lime marinade. And a sirloin steak shares a skillet with spinach and tender onions. That's up here. Oh, there's the chicken. Yogurt marinated chicken. So here's the salmon that's over here. Here's the sirloin steak, crispy lemon parmesan eggplant. And there's the marinated chicken with chickpeas. And they have cards, perforated cards. None of them have too many ingredients, I have to say that. What's on MarthaStewart.com if we want to go on it and look? Antiquing tips, gardening advice, healthy meals, and cleaning smarts. What's this lady? Research is the reason I'm alive, says Miriam. Treated for triple-negative breast cancer. Donate at bcrf.org. I hope she's doing well. Here's a little quote about March. I'm always thinking about creating. My future starts when I wake up every morning and see the first light. And that is a quote from Miles Davis. And we see a beautiful old antique bathtub with a beautiful branch with, I think, cherry blossoms. And a bowl of soap and a sponge. Nice fluffy pink towel. Oh, here are our beautiful salads. This one says fresh catch. Melt in your mouth salmon is the foundation for this Thai-inspired entree for two. Mint, cilantro, and basil lend delicate yet dynamic flavor to balance this rich fish. Wow. And then you can sprinkle rice cereal on top for some more crackle, it says. It's just puffed rice. It's not Rice Krispies. Doesn't that look good? What is this one? vibrant verdure. Classic cacio e pepe, pasta swirled in copious amounts of cheese and cracked black pepper, is heavenly but undeniably heavy. Here, those fixings are airy on blanched peas and quote-unquote noodles of thinly sliced cucumbers, and broiled asparagus. Drizzle on a quick dressing of lemon juice, grated garlic, cloves, and extra virgin olive oil. For a comfort food update that puts even more spring in your step. Isn't that beautiful? And this is from Jess DeMook, written a new book, Salad Freak, Recipes to Feed a Healthy Obsession. And this person is a former Martha Stewart staffer. Rhubarb and strawberries on toasted buckwheat and salted honeycomb. Sounds delicious, but it sounds pretty complicated, but look how beautiful it is. Morning Sun is this one. Well, citrus breakfast salad with spicy chili granola. Isn't that an interesting two words put together, breakfast salad? I like that. To assemble a citrus salad that's as plump and juicy and eye-openingly pretty as possible, take the time to segment, slice, and supreme fruits that vary in size and color. So this combines blood oranges, caracaras, satsuma mandarins. Scoop plain yogurt on top and finish with an element surprise. Make ahead spicy granola enlivened with a teaspoon of chili-infused oil. That'll wake you up, huh? Look at that one. That's so beautiful and colorful. Roll call. Lamb meatballs with cucumbers and herbs. Wow. Made with ingredients that the chef picked up in a Persian grocery store. This composition takes cues from Middle Eastern cuisine. Lamb meatballs flecked with coriander, cinnamon, and cumin rest on a bed of dill, parsley, and mint. Technique tip: wet your hands before forming the balls to prevent sticking. And there are golden raisins in that too. This one looks so beautiful. Look at that, beautiful. It's like a rainbow. 3 cheers, and this is beets, tomatoes, and cilantro. And it says, move over, summertime basil and mozzarella. Tomatoes can shine in other simple combos year-round. Here, the sweet, earthy notes of roasted beets complement the tart juiciness of heirloom and cherry varieties, but any ripe tomato can stand in. And then they have the sprigs of the cilantro. And the colors just look so beautiful together, don't they? But that's quite simple. It might be expensive to buy the ingredients, but it wouldn't be too much to put together, I don't think. Look at this beautiful dining room. This is blanket statements. They've long been overshadowed by quilts, but overshot coverlets deserve their own place in the sun. And what these are upcycling blankets and using them in other things. And it's true. These versions are plentiful at antique fairs and on Etsy. And these are the different things that you can do with them. You could use it as a table runner, and these look like it's just branches off of a tree. It says, you don't need to go to great lengths to make this stunner of a runner. Cut a 14-inch wide, undamaged section from a ripped or holey blanket. Hem the edges, the rough edges, and your table's all set. And then the chairs were reupholstered with a mix of motifs to bring a graphic punch to the scene. I'm all for reusing stuff, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what else they did. They made pillows out of some. Good idea. And that's more like a body pillow. comfy. And that's different. They took some out and they put them in frames. That might be a nice idea if you have a beloved blanket from a family member. Maybe somebody made it. Look what they did here. They cut out some and they put them on a tote bag. You would have to know how to sew, in order to do all this. Cheese, please. Potato, broccoli, and cheddar soup. Looks good. Deliciously warm and cozy. That's what these dishes are, and how family and friends will feel the instant they take a bite. Oh. What's that? Mozzarella stuffed garlic and herb bread. That doesn't look like it would be that complicated to make, does it? Quick tip, if the dough puffs up in places while baking, pierce it with the point of a knife to release the steam and prevent a soggy bottom. And they have a dip for that, like a tomato sauce dip. What's this one? Oh, this is that shakshuka. Look at that. Quick tip, brined feta can be extra salty. Taste a bit before you start this dish and adjust the seasoning of the recipe as needed. And shakshuka is a North African word that means mixture. So in that spirit, you can customize all the components to your taste. And this has tomatoes and butter beans and greens and cheese. What is this? Baked camembert with cherry jam. Look at that bread. Quick tip, if your cheese comes in a charming wooden box, you can safely slide it into a 350-degree oven. It's designed for that purpose. This does seem easy. It says, here's a shockingly easy way to elevate an impromptu gathering. Scatter herbs over a little round of your favorite soft cheese. Any mild, creamy brie or camembert is perfect. Add a small pour of vermouth for a fondue flair. Park it in the oven for 10 minutes. Spoon on sour cherry jam and bake it a few more minutes. Top with nuts and ta-da. Molten magic to put on fruit, crackers, crudités, whatever you have on hand. Seems easy enough. These are squash and charred poblano quesadillas. Quick tip to save time: pick a variety of squash that you don't have to peel. Thin skins of acorn or carnival, which is shown, and delicata caramelize beautifully. This is a winter vegetable and Gouda gratin. Quick tip, resist the temptation to boil all the vegetables at once. Each cook time is tailored to bring out the best texture when baked and their vibrant hues. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? And then we have a French onion mac and cheese right here. And it says you can bake this recipe in individual dishes, a single 2.5 quart baking dish, or in a skillet. If you cook you already cook the onions in, if it's oven proof, obviously. And look at that. Rooms with a view. Look at that. After falling in love with the rolling hills and painterly landscape of New York's Hudson Valley, Chauncey Stillman built his sprawling dream home there in the mid-1900s. The estate's exquisite gardens recall classic styles from Europe and beyond and exude old-world charm. Today, anyone can stroll the grounds, breathe in the blooms, and revel in the vistas. Plan a visit and take a trip back in time. Isn't that beautiful? And here is another picture. What do we got here? In the walled garden behind the house, a grape arbor leads from the dining room to a shed turned tea house featuring interior murals by American artist Height Moore. It's called the Grasshopper House after its whimsical grasshopper weather vane. The area's upper terrace features a parterre of a low Arctic willow hedge surrounding blue and white mealy cup sage and silver plectranthus. You can visit this, and they have the information at the end. So this is called Wethersfield. You can go to wethersfield.org. I knew I saw it in here somewhere. The estate was recently placed on the National Register of Historic Places, and it will open to the public in the spring if you're in the area. And then here are all the recipes. Kale salad with fried capers and golden raisins, Martha's greenhouse vegetable soup, light vegetable stock. Here are the little hats. All the things we saw. Frizzled shallots. Shakshuka. Oh, there's that cherry jam and camembert. And some of the instructions for the blanket items. There's more stuff to buy. Ads. Look at them in that pretty Simply Southern collection. Tote bags. And at the end we have Martha, circa 1982 in Connecticut. And this is her quote. My father, Edward Costria, don't know if I'm saying that right, was a passionate organic gardener. When I was a child, he instilled in me the importance of growing one's own vegetables. As soon as I had my own home, I tilled a great big patch of ground and started planting everything my family and I love to eat. String beans, tomatoes, cabbages, salad greens, potatoes, carrots, and on and on. The tradition continues today indoors as well as outdoors. And here's an ad for Visit Frederick County, Maryland. Look at that. You would never think. I would never think that was Maryland. So what else? What do we have at the end? Beautiful Kerrygold ad, cheese and butter. And I thank you for spending some time with me today.